Morning all. Race day, so it's just 10 to 12. Got up early this morning, helped Louise with the chickens, fed the chickens, and then had some nice porridge and chai seeds, and then just been relaxing all morning. Just had some leftover, I'm just about to have some leftover pasta from yesterday, which Louise cooked, and then I'll head off to the race. So the race is 2:30. I'm going to probably leave about 12:30ish. It's about a half-hour drive. I'll get there probably about 1, and then time I've tried to park or and sorted myself out. It'll probably be about 1:15, and then I've got a good hour just to get my number, warm up, say hi to a few of the team I haven't seen for a little while, and then can kick off. So 10k cross country today. Looking outside, when I got up this morning it was really frosty. I think it's around a school, probably around some school fields in Droitwich, I think it is by the looks. Probably not too hilly. Probably going to be a little bit hard underfoot, but I was hoping by 2:30 the ground will have softened a little bit. I've got 9mm spikes in today. I don't think I'll need anything more than that. I've actually taken my fell shoes as well, just in case it was really icy. I was possibly going to wear some fell shoes, but I think I'll try the spikes. So I raced just before Christmas, did my first cross country in about 15 years. The cars were pretty tight for the whole week afterwards, so and I'm not sure whether that is because it was my first sort of 2 weeks back into training from my break after the Worlds, or whether that was just running on spikes on the country, not having the cushioning. So it'll be interesting to see how today goes, see how the performance goes, see how the training's going. Trained all week, so I had Wednesday off this week, which wasn't ideal. I prefer to have yesterday off before the race. I said yesterday I did a sort of a run, a strength and conditioning and a bike, but the run and the bike were very steady, to be fair. And I think before the last cross country race I'd done a hour steady on the turbo as well, which I haven't done today. So I'm just going to tuck into some food now, check the rest of my kit, make sure I've got everything, and then head over to Droitwich and get ready for the race, warm up, and see how we go. Day after the cross country yesterday, so I just thought I'd give you a quick update. To be honest, I didn't get much footage, so I've got a little bit, but hardly anything, just from a couple of people that were watching on the day. So it's the third league race at Birmingham, the Birmingham Cross Country League. Western Tempo, we're in Division 3 at the moment, so the club's a really new club, so we're sort of starting from Division 3. There's only 3 divisions in the league now. I think back in the day there used to be 4 or 5 divisions. So we're in Division 3. To be fair, we probably need to be in Division 2, Division 1 really, but we've got to go through the process. So for me, yesterday's run, it was alright. I had an easy week this week, and I didn't want to go too hard on the run yesterday. I wanted to just go and have a good run out, but after the first league race, it took me a good week to recover. My calves were shredded from the race. I don't know whether it was coming back into running after a couple of weeks off for my sort of end of season break or not. I was a bit apprehensive of that going into the race yesterday. I had some really bad blisters as well from the shoes, probably wearing spikes for the first time, but I put a Compede on one of my ankles anyway yesterday, the left one, and that seemed to help. But so the race was at Droitwich. It's about half an hour drive from me, which was ideal. So it's a 3-lap race, 10k, so I think there was a couple of small laps to begin with, and then I think there were 3k laps with sort of a 500 metre loop to begin with. So the idea generally of the race, I think Dave Newport, who's the head coach at Western Tempo, he likes the guys to go off pretty steady and work through, not all sort of try and run a bit of a group. We're quite lucky in Division 3 that we pack in the numbers, and I think yesterday we had 5 in the first 6. Pretty certain in the first 2 races where they were 6 for 6. So it's a really sort of good level of club, to be fair. So we all went off. I went off. I think, in actual fact, I think the starter on the race yesterday misfired his gun, and we went off a little bit early. So I wasn't quite expecting that. So I didn't quite get the reaction I wanted at the start. I got sort of held up a little bit, but to be fair, I pretty much maintained the same sort of positioning around the course. And just tried to run pretty steady, pretty relaxed. In fairness, the first lap I felt pretty good, pretty steady, and same into lap 2. There was a couple of twisty sort of sections through some single sort of, I wouldn't say single track, but it's sort of like a little sort of pathway through some woods, which was a little bit dicey, a little bit slippy. I wore 9mm spikes in the end, and it was one of those where there's a couple of concrete sections, a couple of bridges, so probably the best thing to do in terms of wearing the 9. You could have probably got away with 12, and it might have helped on some of the muddier sections on the course, but to be fair, it wasn't too bad. So yeah, for me, I think I was 25th overall. Position wise, I was down 5 places on last time, and it's a difficult one. I was closer to some athletes that I wasn't than I was last time, but sort of a little bit further away from a couple as well. So it's difficult to gauge how the run went yesterday. I think a real positive was the calves feel so much better than they did at the last race. They really struggled, so that's really good. And like I said, I sort of ran within myself yesterday. I didn't go too deep. Conscious I've got a big week of training coming up as I'm going back into my next sort of 3-week cycle. So the idea this year was just to run a couple of cross countries to keep me ticking over, really, get a little bit of race pace, get used to racing, running with stronger runners, and hopefully that'll help me with the duathlon. So yeah, I think if you take out the Western Tempo runners yesterday, I think I would have finished 5th. So that sort of shows you the class of the club. I think the A team have pretty much won the league. I think the B team probably would have won the league as well, and the C team would have probably been top 3. So yesterday I don't think I even managed the B team. So just shows you the calibre of some of the guys in the club. So and they've still got people that were missing yesterday. So and what's really nice, I've run for some big clubs in the past, and what's really nice about Western Tempo, I think a lot of the runners there are from the area. The club's based down in Cheltenham, and a lot of the team and the club are sort of trained together from that area. So yeah, it's a really good atmosphere. So yeah, so today I'm just doing a steady couple of hours on Zwift. I'm going to join a social ride in about half an hour, so I'm just getting half hour in, do a bit of I think it's a 75k social ride. Probably won't do all of that, I'll just ride to 2 hours, and then see, and then just relax for the rest of the day, really roll the calves out a little bit, and then get some a nice roast dinner, hopefully. But yeah, hopefully look forward to a good week next week, and like and subscribe, and hopefully share some more good content. Next week I should be running next Saturday, I think, in Bradgate Park, so I'm looking forward to that. Yeah, and I'll give you more details on that in the week. So bye for now.